Hello, Devils fans. The home opener is closed. I am finally home at my house back in New York. Took a long time to get home, but it was worth it, and we're going to talk about it right now. Welcome to the Devils You Know. This is episode 5, season 3, game 4, the first home game for the Devils this season. This background music seems a little loud. I really liked it, but it's getting a little loud there. Anyway, so as some Devils fans may know, some may not, depending on where you live, the home opener is a big event with the red carpet. The players show up in all different cars, all fancy outfits, and they come and they sign. They walk through the red carpet and they sign for mostly kids and people they know and girls for the most part. They'll skip like if there's a group of 5 or 6 guys in a row along the gate, they'll get skipped by most people, especially like Jack Hughes. You know, Nico signs for everyone. Brat signs for everyone. Dylan seems to be great with signing. Brat's always been great. Myers also great with it. Jack, not so much. I did get Jack today. I got I got Jack, Luke, Brat, and Dawson Mercer, all on a 5x3 prints. So I have 4 5x3 prints autographed by them, and then if you're looking at the thumbnail for this podcast, you'll see in the top right corner above the pictures that I'll talk about in a second. The front of my jersey was signed. Now I have a great story about Arseny Gritsyuk, also Connor Brown, regarding signing. So Arseny Gritsyuk was the first one. It seems every year that when they have this going on, that Dougie Hamilton is always in the first car that pulls up. It just seems to be part of the plan every year, at least the last 3. So I have I have made a friend who was standing next to me named Tori from Georgia. And she was by herself. She didn't really know. It was her first time being at the thing, and she was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get any autographs." So she had her He Shear jersey out on, and I said, "Don't worry, you're gonna get autographs. Don't worry, you're gonna get autographs. Believe me." And so Hamilton. So I told her, I said, "Listen, Hamilton is always in the first car with one of the new guys." So they start announcing, because we're usually I'm at the front, but I'm all the way at the end. So they announce the players. Usually they don't announce every player as they get out of the car, but this time they did. So they announced the first car has shown up, and you know, whatever they make some joke or whatever, Dougie Hamilton. And she's like, "Oh, you were right." Gave her a little hope, you know, to get that she might get an autograph or 2 on her jersey, right? That's cool. She had a jersey, a He Shear one. And Arseny Gritsyuk was with him. So Dougie Hamilton came along. I'm not sure if I had him sign my jersey or not. I forgot because he signed so many of my jerseys. I think I might have let him get away, let other people take him. But Gritsuk came by. Now he signed maybe 100 autographs before he got to me, and I was wearing my jersey, so I just pull out the logo, sign the logo of my jersey. And Arseny Gritsuk, it's so funny because people are always posting online about him and how he doesn't know like how to get Chipotle, or not literally, but or how to get the right food for dinner and all this stuff. And then he comes and he signs. If you look at my jersey, the players, they all signed, for some reason they all signed in the white. And even Nico Heishier, when he signed my jersey, instead of signing like he usually does, he would sign nice, like he had plenty of room all on the end part of the New Jersey Devils logo, and the whole J except for the horns is open, and the top white part is just filled with autographs. It's a bad looking signature jersey. But Gritsuk signed on the red of the jersey, like on the right chest above the logo on the actual material. And I just thought that was hilarious. Um, and then, by the way, the girl that was next to me, Tori, she got, not only did she get Nico Heishier to sign her jersey, but she got 99% of the team to sign her jersey. And what was said was, the way people are these days, and this is honestly sad. I was with my brother and my brother's girlfriend today, right? So I went over to grab a spot on the gate so I can get some autographs, right? And that girl happens to be next to me, and so you start. She was by herself. I actually asked her, um, "Can I squeeze in right here because it was an open spot and I'm just being friendly?" And she said, "Well, I do have a friend coming." I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Um, but I stood there, and then the guy moved a little bit, and then I moved, and I had a spot next to her, and her friend actually didn't ever show up. At for the she was supposed to be there at like 6, and this was at 4 o'clock, right? So this whole time I'm there talking, trying to explain to her how the thing goes, how the you know signings go, and stuff like that. And really friendly. I'm not trying to hit on I'm not trying to hit on this girl. We're just talking about players and hockey and stuff like that. And then my brother and his girlfriend show up, and they're behind me, and they're even, well, my brother, not his girlfriend. She didn't know as she didn't know any better, but um, was telling her, "Oh, hey, you're right here in the front. They're definitely gonna sign for you. Don't worry about it." She was like getting anxious about it. And then the weirdest thing happened. Another girl. I don't know who who she is, but she just like kind of made her way in, and this girl did not know her, but it was almost like she came in, and from that moment on, the girl I was talking to and just chatting with, casually, had her back turned to me. It was almost like the girl who came up like said, "Hey, don't talk to that guy," or something. Like that's what it felt like. It was very weird. Because after I even offered her some cards that she could get signed if she didn't want to get her jersey signed by all the players. I had Brad, I had all the players. I was just being nice. I did give her my Twitter account so she could follow Devil's account. And ask her for her phone number. Nothing. And this other girl came out of nowhere, so I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was so weird, but she came in, and then the players started coming, right? And as they were signing, obviously, I was. She kind of turned back, and I was saying, "Hey, have Nico sign in this spot right here. This is a perfect spot." Blah blah blah. And right after it was over, I said, "All right, well, have a good one. Have a good, have a nice night or whatever." And she was kind of just rude. I was like, "All right, bye." And then as I was about to go take a picture with my brother at this devil's thing inside, my brother's girlfriend said, "Oh, hey, there's those girls that were next to us over there before." And I turned around and I said, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And they just looked at me like, does this other girl know me and not like me for some reason? Who the fuck are you? Anyway, let's get over that. Let's pass that. That's the drama of the beginning of the game. If you're hearing this, Tori, it was nice meeting you. I don't know who the hell that girl was that came in and basically turned your like she had her back turned to me. It was so weird. Anyway, we go in. I go to my guy. I say, "Hey, I'm here for DANO." Boom, bam, bing. I got my bracelet on. Go in there, talk to DANO, talk to Don LaGreca. Now, Don LaGreca is his first home game. First when I walked up, he was doing his radio show. So he was trying to do his radio show from The Rock, but it was way too loud. So he finished up whatever it came out, and when he came out, I said, "Hey, Don." And he goes, "Hey," I said, I see you saw you were doing your radio show when I walked up. I didn't know he was doing it, so I walked in and I said, "Hey, Donnie." And his producer guy, I forgot his name, great guy, um, like gave me the library. Shh, he's doing his radio show. I'm like, "Oh, whoops, sorry about that." But anyway, he came out and he's like, "Yeah, I tried to do it, but it's just too loud in here. It's not gonna work out." So I hope he figures another way to figure out how to do that, or maybe just not do the show on game nights. Anyway, so the game. Florida scores a minute 59 in and takes the air out of the building. Just literally takes the air out of the building. But after one, it was 1-0. Yeah, after one, it was 1-0. Then I have now, if you go on my Twitter account at Devil's Joint X, you can see all the live videos. Jack Hughes scores, ties the game. Beautiful shot, hit all like an off the helmet, like he need 2 inches. Amazing shot. Assist by Jesper Bratt, 300th assist of his career, by the way. He's already passed he's gonna pass 500 points. He did 400 points last season, so he's gonna pass 500 points this season. Hopefully he'll be the first Devil to score over 100 points in a season this year. I'm hoping Bratt can do that. So then we get a goal from Timo Meyer. And it's a deflection goal. It deflects off him, then deflects off of a Florida player, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Goes in. Sweet. 2-1 Devils. Tight game. Whatever. Anyway, now we got this play coming down the pike. Mercer is out there with Nico. They got their line out. And the puck gets loose in the middle of the zone, and as the Florida defenseman, I don't remember which one it was about to smack it out, Dawson Mercer slides and pokes it and just gets it by an inch or less and pushes it forward to Nico, who slams a goal in. Bang! Beautiful play. Mercer was excellent tonight, by the way. Let's just get that out there. Mercer was excellent tonight. Um, Luke Hughes and Jack Hughes, who scored a goal, were not the best. Tarasov, the goalie for Florida, was actually really good. He was stopping some unbelievable shots that we were like, it should be, after they had their first goal, so it was already won. We were like, after the first period, we were like, it should be like 3-1 already, but it wasn't. Anyway, they score a goal late, and it's a no goal, but the referee, the official comes out and says, because the call on the ice was no goal, so he comes out and he says, so the call on the ice stands, it's a goal. And then he goes, wait. The call on the ice stands, no goal. And then, yeah, woo. So the Devils won 3-1. They beat the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, who have now lost 3 in a row. And guess what? The Devils have won 3 in a row. That has not happened in a while. And you know what really hasn't happened in a while? In over 1,000 games, the Devils winning 4 in a row. I think it's been 1,005 games, if I'm correct, or something like that, since they've won 4 games in a row. So hey, let's pray they can beat the Oilers. The Islanders beat the Oilers tonight, so the Devils can beat the Oilers Saturday at 3:30. I have faith in them. I'm sure everyone has faith in them. Let's go Devils. With the injuries we had today, also, yeah, Nason kind of walked by, and Markstrom, they didn't sign anything. Dadnoff wasn't around. He wasn't even there. I forgot to mention that. Dawes signed. Great guy. I got Dawes' autograph a million times. But all in all, it was a great game. The one thing is the Devils are very cheap, and they just give us rally towels. They just, they must have a warehouse, down the street in Newark, just full of towels, and they print something new for home opener or 2025 playoffs, or it's always the same towel. Like they used to give us different towels every time. Some would have like laced edges. Like I'm just saying, random stuff. But now it's just the same towel over and over with a different thing on it. But I got 3 of the home opener towels if anyone wants one. Usually I would get home with like 10, but I'm just getting tired of rally towels. I have so many rally towels, and the home opener one's cool. The playoff ones, I have actually I should have got more home opener ones, because that one's better than like 2023, or well, not 2023 because we do like those playoffs, but like 2025 playoffs, for instance, which was just a blowout. The Devils at least beat the Rangers in 2023. So anyway, I'll be back either before or right. I think I'm going to the game Saturday at 3:30. So when I get home later that afternoon, I'll be back with a recap from that game, a little story about what happens then. Oh, by the way, while I was up there in the club where DANO let me into, I don't have to pay for food or drinks at the, $25 for 3 chicken tenders. I was eating at the carving station, the pizza station. They had all different kinds of pretzels with different kinds of dip, chicken salad, like chicken Caesar salad, and diced chicken, different kinds of soups, a whole salad bar, dessert, drinks, everything. And when you're in the club, uh, what's the club called? Club Lounge East. Club Lounge East, section 19 and 20. Yeah, that's where that is. You got your, private, not private, but bathrooms only for those people, which is a small amount of people. Clean bathrooms. It's good for me because, I have that like if people are around me and I gotta pee, you know what I mean? Like, have a little trouble with it, and not trouble, but like I get pee shy a little bit, you know. But you didn't need to hear that. With that, this has been the Devils You Know. The Devils You Know after the home opener. And we're on a 3-game winning streak, so let's go Devils. I hope you're here for me next episode, which would be Game 5, Episode 6 of Season 3, second home game. Let's go. Thanks for listening. I'll see you soon, guys. Let's go Devils. Oh, by the way, Connor Brown followed me on Twitter about an hour ago also. Forgot to mention that. Thanks, Connor. He was cool when I talked to him. All right. Good night. Or good day. This is coming out in the morning. Have a good day. Have a good day. If anyone knows LA Beast. Peace.